Welcome to our enlightening discussion on unlocking financial security, the essentials of private reserve accounts. Today we're going to take a closer look at a financial strategy that's been gaining traction, promising a more secure and controlled way to manage your wealth. This strategy revolves around private reserve accounts. So what exactly are private reserve accounts? In simple terms, they are a method of saving and investing that places you, the individual, in the driver's seat. By minimizing unnecessary wealth transfers, you can accumulate more capital and consequently have more control over your financial future. The key is to keep your money working for you at all times. Private reserve accounts are not just about saving money, they're about making your money work harder. They leverage the power of compound interest, which Albert Einstein famously called the eighth wonder of the world. The more your money works for you, the less you have to work for it. This strategy also emphasizes understanding opportunity costs in financial decisions. Every financial decision you make comes with an opportunity cost, and private reserve accounts allow you to minimize these costs, maximizing your financial benefits. The private reserve strategy differentiates between debtors, savers, and wealth creators. It advocates for collateralizing major purchases to continue earning compound interest while paying off loans. This strategy highlights the drawbacks of being in debt and making cash payments, emphasizing the impact on your compounding interest. Ultimately, private reserve accounts offer a method to minimize losses and maximize purchasing power over time. They provide a solid foundation for financial security and independence. Now that we have a basic understanding of private reserve accounts, let's delve deeper into how they work. One of the key elements of a private reserve account is the use of compound interest. So what is compound interest? Think of it as a snowball rolling down a hill. As it rolls, it picks up more and more snow, growing bigger and faster. That's compound interest. It's the interest you earn on both the money you've deposited and the interest you've already earned. It's your money making more money. Now let's break it down. Let's say you've invested $100 at an annual interest rate of 5%. After 1 year, you'll have $105. That's simple interest. But with compound interest, that additional $5 also starts earning interest. So in the second year, you don't just earn 5% on your original $100, but also on the $5 of interest from the previous year. This process keeps repeating year after year, snowballing your wealth. This is where the magic of compound interest works in the private reserve strategy. Your money isn't just sitting idle, it's growing, multiplying, working for you every single day. And the longer you let it work, the bigger your snowball becomes. That's why it's often said that the most powerful factor in compounding is time. It's also worth noting that compound interest isn't just for the rich. Regardless of how much you have to invest, the principle works the same. Whether it's $100 or $1 million, the snowball effect of compound interest can transform your financial future. So to sum it up, compound interest is the key to optimizing your savings and investments. It's the engine that drives the growth of your private reserve account, and it's how you unlock the door to financial security. With the power of compound interest, your money works harder for you. A vital aspect of financial decisions is understanding opportunity costs. Now let's dive into this concept. Opportunity cost in its simplest form is what you give up when you choose one option over another. It's the cost of foregoing the next best alternative. For instance, if you invest $1,000 in stocks instead of placing it in a savings account, the opportunity cost is the interest you could have earned from that savings account. But why is opportunity cost so important, especially in the context of the private reserve strategy? Well, the private reserve strategy is all about optimizing your financial resources. Every decision you make, whether it's choosing to invest, save, or spend, comes with its own opportunity cost. By understanding these costs, you can make decisions that maximize your wealth in the long run. Consider the example of making a major purchase. If you choose to pay in cash, the opportunity cost is the potential growth that your money could have experienced if invested elsewhere. On the other hand, if you choose to take on debt, the opportunity cost is the interest payments you'll have to make over time. The private reserve strategy encourages you to collateralize major purchases, allowing your money to continue earning compound interest while you pay off the loan. This strategy minimizes your opportunity costs, as your money is still working for you, even as you make your payments. That's the beauty of understanding opportunity costs. It can help you see the bigger picture, enabling you to make decisions that go beyond immediate gratification and focus on long-term wealth creation. Remember, every financial decision you make has an opportunity cost attached to it. So the next time you're faced with a decision, think about what you're potentially giving up. Are you choosing the option with the lowest opportunity cost? Are you making the most out of your financial resources? By understanding opportunity costs, you are better equipped to make informed financial decisions. And that, my friends, is the power of opportunity costs in the realm of financial decision-making. In the world of finance, people generally fall into three categories: debtors, savers, and wealth creators. Let's delve a little deeper into these roles, shall we? Debtors, as the name suggests, are those who owe money, typically as a result of borrowing to make purchases or cover expenses. This approach might seem convenient in the short term, but it can lead to a cycle of debt that's difficult to escape. Interest accumulates, bills pile up, and financial freedom can feel like a distant dream. Next, we have savers. These are the folks who diligently set aside a portion of their income, hoping to build a nest egg for the future. While saving is certainly a step up from debt, it's not without its pitfalls. Money sitting in a low-interest savings account isn't working hard enough. It's not growing as fast as it could be, and inflation can slowly erode its value. Enter the wealth creators. These are the individuals who understand the power of money as a tool. They leverage their capital to generate more wealth. How do they do this? By investing wisely, by owning businesses, and by using strategies like the private reserve strategy. The private reserve strategy encourages us to be wealth creators. It's not just about having money, it's about putting that money to work. It's about understanding how to collateralize major purchases to continue earning compound interest while paying off loans. Instead of letting your money sit idle or sink into debt, you're constantly building and expanding your wealth. The path to becoming a wealth creator isn't always easy, but it's worthwhile. It involves educating yourself about finance, making informed decisions, and sometimes taking calculated risks. But the reward? Financial freedom and a sense of control over your destiny. Are you a debtor, a saver, or a wealth creator? The choice is yours. Debt and cash payments have a substantial impact on your financial health. Let's dive into these financial waters and understand why. First off, debt. Debt is like a double-edged sword. On one side, it can help you make significant purchases like a home or an education that you might not be able to afford otherwise. But on the flip side, debt often comes with interest, and this is where it can become detrimental. Interest is a cost you pay for borrowing money, and it can pile up over time. The more debt you have, the more interest you're likely to pay, and the longer it may take for you to become financially free. Next up, cash payments. Paying with cash might seem like the best option because you're not accruing any debt. However, it has its drawbacks too. When you pay with cash, you're missing out on the potential growth that money could have earned if it were invested and allowed to compound over time. This is known as opportunity cost. Every dollar spent is a dollar that could have been earning interest. Now let's talk about the private reserve strategy. This strategy is all about minimizing these losses. It differentiates between debtors, savers, and wealth creators. The idea is to leverage compound interest to optimize savings and investments. Instead of paying cash outright or taking on high-interest debt, the strategy advocates for collateralizing major purchases. This allows you to continue earning compound interest while paying off loans. This approach aims to keep your money working for you even when you're making significant purchases. It emphasizes understanding the implications of your financial decisions, particularly the impact of debt and cash payments on your potential to earn interest. In the world of finance, knowledge is power. The more you understand about the effects of debt and cash payments, the better equipped you'll be to make decisions that will optimize your financial health. Remember, every financial decision you make today will impact your future. The goal of the private reserve strategy is to maximize purchasing power over time. Imagine a world where the value of your dollar keeps growing, where your hard-earned money doesn't lose its worth but rather gains more power. This is not a fictional world, but a reality that can be achieved through the private reserve strategy. The key to this strategy is not just about earning more, but about minimizing losses and optimizing savings. It's about being smart with your money. So, how do we do this? Well, it all boils down to understanding the potential of your own wealth. Every time we make a financial decision, be it a purchase, an investment, or even a loan, we are essentially transferring wealth. The objective is to minimize these unnecessary transfers, to keep as much of your wealth within your own control. The more control you have, the more purchasing power you possess. Now let's talk about optimizing savings. Picture your savings as a snowball at the top of a hill. As it rolls down, it gathers more snow, growing bigger and bigger. This is the power of compound interest at work, continuously growing your wealth. The private reserve strategy leverages this power to optimize your savings, turning your small snowball into a massive snowball of wealth. But remember, it's not just about how much you save, but how long you save it for. The longer your money is saved, the more time it has to compound and the more purchasing power it gains. This is why the strategy emphasizes long-term savings and investments. So, how does this all tie together? By minimizing wealth transfers and optimizing your savings, you are essentially increasing your financial accessibility and control. You are making your money work for you, maximizing your purchasing power over time. This is the essence of the private reserve strategy. With the right strategy, your money can go a long way. It's not about making more, but making the most of what you have, and that's how you unlock your financial security. That wraps up our discussion on unlocking financial security, the essentials of private reserve accounts. We have journeyed through the fundamentals of this financial strategy, starting with the understanding of compound interest, the silent but powerful engine that propels the growth of your wealth. We've also delved into the concept of opportunity costs, highlighting the importance of making informed decisions to ensure your money is working for you, not against you. Remember, every financial choice you make has its own set of potential gains and losses, and being aware of these can help you steer your financial ship in the right direction. Next, we explored the roles of debtors, savers, and wealth creators, each with their unique approach and impact on wealth accumulation. In the grand scheme of things, it's essential to strike a balance and transition from being a debtor or saver into a wealth creator. We also underlined the implications of debt and cash payments on your financial standing. It's crucial to remember that while these may seem harmless or even beneficial in the short term, they can significantly impact your compounding interest, thus affecting your long-term financial growth. Lastly, we talked about how the private reserve strategy can help maximize your purchasing power over time. By minimizing unnecessary wealth transfers and accumulating capital, you can increase your financial accessibility and control, ultimately leading to a more secure financial future. If you're keen to dive deeper into financial management and tax planning, our video on navigating common income tax mistakes and solutions is a great place to start. It's packed with actionable advice to help you keep proper records and avoid common pitfalls when preparing for tax season. Thank you for watching. If you have further questions, feel free to comment below. Don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future.